Hello, dear friends. When we cannot directly see a reality, equations or geometric figures are used to represent it. Opinion piece: visible 5D, hypercubes, time travel, open portals, 4D Tesseract, 5D Penteract, abstract space, sixth dimension, sacred geometry, subatomic particles, science of dimensions. Let's start. Many people wonder what the fourth and fifth dimensions would look like. The answer is scientific. If a tesseract hypercube represents the fourth dimension, the penteract, also called Decateron, represents the geometric figure of the fifth dimension. Concepts such as the tesseract, which is the fourth dimensional analog of the cube, help visualize and understand the properties of the fourth dimension. On the contrary, the sixth dimension doesn't have a geometric figure that represents it and is considered a level of existence that would allow perception beyond the spatial and temporal dimensions that we know. If we could perceive objects through this dimension, we would have the ability to compare and define the position of all possible universes. He who was able to master the fifth and sixth dimensions would have the ability to travel through time and perceive the invisible. In sacred geometry, Metatron's cube is a figure that represents the journey of energy through space and also the balance within the universe. Although the sixth dimension is not specifically mentioned, this symbol appears to encompass concepts related to higher dimensions. The rhombus could also be related to the representation of higher dimensions. Modern science proposes the existence of additional dimensions, mainly according to string theory and M theory, which propose 10 or 11 dimensions in total. These additional dimensions to the three spatial ones and one temporal one would be necessary to explain certain phenomena in physics, such as the unification of gravity with the other fundamental forces. The additional dimensions proposed by theoretical physics are too small to be perceived by human senses. Fourth dimension. Although direct visualization of the fourth dimension is not possible, we can use geometric figures to imagine what objects would be like in four dimensions. For example, the Tesseract hypercube is the four-dimensional analog of the cube. It is not possible for humans to physically experience the fourth dimension, as we are limited to perceiving only three spatial dimensions. But scientists use mathematical and computer tools to study and model objects and phenomena in four dimensions, which has applications in fields such as theoretical physics and cosmology. The fourth dimension would be a mathematical extension of the third-dimensional space we know, where objects not only have length, width, and height, but also evolve over time, adding a new dimension perpendicular to the three spatial dimensions of length, width, and height. Fifth dimension. Some scientists have speculated about the existence of fifth dimension, which would be incredibly small and is almost imperceptible to humans. It essentially refers to the use of five-dimensional geometric spaces. It is believed that this fifth dimension could be related to the force of gravity and dark matter. Conceptually, the fifth dimension is proposed as an expression of the four-dimensional space-time, where could be phenomena or entities that we cannot perceive in our three spatial dimensions and temporal dimension. The five-dimensional abstract space occurs frequently in mathematics, and it is perfectly constructible. In fifth-dimensional sacred geometry, a penteract is a hypercube of 32 vertices 80 lines, 80 squares, 40 cubes, and 10 hypercubes. Its name is derived from combining the name Tesseract or Hypercube with the prefix penta, which is derived from Greek and means 5, in this case 5 dimensions. The Penteract is part of an infinite family of dimensional figures known as hypercubes. In a manner analogous to the way a tesseract is formed in the fourth dimension, 10 tesseracts are required to form a penteract. There are 60 tesseracts in a Tesseract, and there are 2080 tesseracts in a Penteract. That is the analog of the tesseract in 7 dimensions, that is a hypercube in the 7th dimension. Fermions. Research published in the journal European Physicalcy presents a model of the universe with the 5th dimension that can be traversed by subatomic particles called fermions, provoking the mysteries that surround their behavior when they are detected from our 4-dimensional universe. The fermion is a type of subatomic particle to which quarks and leptons belong, which make up matter. Fermions behave as if they were particles and antiparticles at the same time. They never form a quantum state, and they play a determining role in accessing the tiny and imperceptible 5th dimension. Open door. The portals to the 5th dimension are open according to Tesseract. We are simply asked to align our energy with that of our higher self, and this is accomplished with focused breathing and meditation, with attention to the heart center and letting go of the outer drama. The phrase, "I am the open door that no one can close," is a spiritual statement that is interpreted as an allusion to the magnetic power of the great central sun, that is, to the divine power and energy that is always available and accessible. The idea by affirming "I am one" invokes the fullness of divine energy and work in one's life. This is considered an open door that no one can close, as it represents access to higher spiritual forces. Therefore, "I am the open door that no one can close" refers to the ability to connect with divine power and light, which is considered a powerful and transformative affirmation on a spiritual level. You, as a missionary of light, are here to save the world, but it's not how you think. You are saving the world by reminding others of its divine light and power. The number of these human beings who wake up and remember increases every day. This is how you save the world. This is the last illusion game you will be a part of. From here on, we must only ascend towards the higher realms of light in a spiral of frequency. For those who have chosen to transcend the old world, they are in the final preparation stage before going through 1,000 years of evolution in a couple of years. Do you really think this is all empty space? It is only the thousands of years of manipulation, indoctrination, and programming that humankind has gone through that make people think they are alone in a universe with billions of stars and planets. Photonic light from the galactic center reaching the Earth through the sun will continue to increase with waves of solar flares. This will not be a problem for those who have raised their vibrational frequency. Others will face different symptoms as the light permeates their body. This would be one of the reasons why the wicked built underground bunkers to avoid the radiation and get away from the rising light, while creating more fear and chaos in an attempt to lower the planet's frequency. The moment of awakening of humankind is now, and the sun offers the necessary light codes and more for the change of consciousness, in unison with your intention and commitment to the process, because the desire to awaken must first come from within. Astronomy. Our neighboring galaxy emits a stream of gas with a unique composition. Voyager 1 comes back to life and resumes sending information. Launched more than 46 years ago, it is the longest and most distant space probe in history. A rare space explosion that will be seen from Earth. This same year, we will witness a space explosion. The event will be visible in the night sky without the need for a telescope. Specifically, the explosion will occur in a star system located 3,000 light years from Earth, called Corona Borealis. Theta Talk newsletter. The day before the eclipse, there was a sense of expectation that Nibiru might be revealed. Its diameter would be 4 or 5 times larger than that of the Earth, but it would be surrounded by a dense cloud of red dust composed of iron oxide particles that adhere to the planet's magnetism. At dawn and dusk, this dust could reflect the light of the sun, giving the appearance of a second sun in the sky, as large as the real sun itself. The location could also be determined by the appearance of a large cloud of red dust during the eclipse. Nibiru is a theme that has been associated with various predictions. The concept has existed since 1966, when Zecharia Sitchin published his book, The 12th Planet, which analyzes the existence of a planet beyond Neptune called Nibiru, with an orbit of 3,600 years, although there are many doubts about this author. Science. Sugar craving is related to loneliness. Camel slime is a Portuguese dessert based on condensed milk and egg. The American scientist Christopher Kerr studies people who, shortly before dying, see a loved one who has already transcended. A €550 skeleton that makes you run like an athlete even if you are not in shape. Chinese scientists are developing supersonic submarines. Microsoft invents the technology to replace human beings with digital avatars. British architects have developed TerraCool, a design that takes advantage of the properties of terracotta for evaporative cooling. The system cools buildings without using air conditioning. It lowers the temperature by several degrees without wasting energy. Gold. Goldeno is born. Gold sheets the thickness of an atom with revolutionary applications. A team of Swedish scientists has managed to organize gold atoms in a linear formation to create a two-dimensional sheet of a novel material called goldeno for technological applications. Natural gold. The plant with the highest concentration of gold is the eucalyptus. The tree's reticular system can reach subsoil gold deposits and absorb the metal as if it were a nutrient. The gold particles are then transported to the leaves of the tree. This phenomenon can help the mining industry find simpler and more environmentally friendly ways of search for gold. Some trees, including eucalyptus, have been found to have the ability to extract minerals from the soil, including gold, through a process called phytomining or phytoremediation. Phytomining focuses on the extraction of valuable metals, and phytoremediation focuses on environmental restoration and contaminant removal. The algae Laminaria digitata also contains gold, silver, and copper. Sargassum algae has also been studied for its ability to accumulate precious metals such as gold. This algae, which forms large floating masses in the ocean, has been the subject of research due to its potential for the extraction of gold and other valuable metals. The algae known as Euchema gigantea, or guso in the Philippines, is known to contain a relatively high concentration of gold. This algae is mainly found in the waters of the Philippine Islands and other areas of Southeast Asia, in addition to being a food source in Indonesia and the Philippines. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.